Welcome to ETH Daily, a daily briefing on the latest in Ethereum. Here's your latest for Friday, April 24th, 2026. The Aave DAO proposes a 25,000 ETH contribution to DeFi United. The Ethereum Foundation swaps its Aave WETH for WST ETH. Polymarket plans a chain migration, and BitMine buys 10,000 ETH from the Ethereum Foundation. All this and more starts right after this message. Lido now offers more than staking. Lido Earn USD lets you deploy stablecoins into curated DeFi strategies for daily auto-compounded earnings with transparent allocations and first loss protection. Grow your rewards with Earn USD on stake.lido.fi/earn. Aave service provider Token Logic published a governance proposal to allocate a 25,000 ETH contribution from the Aave DAO treasury towards DeFi United, a coordinated recovery effort aimed at fully restoring the backing of KelpDAO's RSETH LST. Aave calculates a residual funding gap of approximately 75,081 Ether after accounting for 30,766 Ether frozen by the Arbitrum Security Council and expected liquidation recoveries from the attackers' positions on Aave and Compound. DeFi United is led by the Aave service providers and includes contributions from Lido, EtherFi, Ethena, Inc., BGD Labs, Stani Kulichov, Emilio, Ernesto, and Golem Foundation, with additional pledges expected. Mantle has also committed a 30,000 ETH credit facility to the coalition. With Aave's 25,000 ETH contribution added, approximately 5,511 Ether of residual gap remains, which the coalition expects will be covered. Any additional public donations received after the proposal is approved will not reduce Aave's treasury commitment. Instead, it will be directed towards repaying Mantle's credit facility. Once gathered in full, the coalition will place the full 120,015 Ether into the Layer 0 lockbox to execute the recovery. Aave cited the 2022 Curve bad debt incident, in which the Aave DAO covered a $1.9 million shortfall, as the basis for its new contribution. The proposal will advance to a snapshot vote by Aave token holders. The Ethereum Foundation exchanged 21,269 Aave WETH from its Aave lending position for 17,254 wrapped STETH in a transaction with Melo and Lido Finance. Melo is a vault curator for Lido's Earn ETH vault, which generates yield through looping strategies, where it borrows wrapped ETH against WST ETH collateral to multiply staking exposure. The KelpDAO exploit drove Aave's WETH market to peak utilization, causing borrowing rates to spike sharply and hurting previously profitable vault positions. Melo successfully obtained Aave WETH to pay back the vault's wrapped Ether debt on Aave without needing to sell wrapped STETH on the open market. The swap brought Earn ETH's outstanding WETH debt on Aave from approximately 82,000 to 62,000 wrapped Ether, improving the vault's health factor. And lastly, Polymarket's VP of Engineering posted an engineering roadmap to scale the platform's infrastructure to meet Polymarket's growth demand. The roadmap includes plans for a chain migration aimed at offering more block space, lower gas costs, and faster block times. It was not specified whether Polymarket will launch its own chain or migrate to an existing Layer 1 or Layer 2. Other near-term priorities include a rebuild of the CLOB, fixing transaction cancellations, reducing on-chain data latency, improving website performance, and shipping a unified TypeScript SDK and single WebSocket API. Polymarket is also hiring across QA automation, dev tooling, internal tooling, and data engineering. Earlier this month, Polymarket announced its native Polymarket USD collateral token, which will replace bridged USDC.E. In other news, BitMine buys 10,000 ETH from the Ethereum Foundation in an OTC sale, and the lighter Perps DEX now supports ETH collateral. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io. We're also currently looking for our next sponsor. If you're interested, please DM us on X at ETH Daily.